Hey,
We're in. Hello. Welcome to First Rewind Wednesday 2024.
this is the first time all three of us have been since Quinn got announced.
Yeah. I think first time all on camera. I think. Yeah.
Pretty
Welcome.
dope.
Happy New Year. I'm Callum. This is Dan. This is Quinn. Hello.
And this is Rewind Wednesday.
This is Rewind Wednesday. Yeah.
Exciting.
Hope everybody's doing well.
You can tell Callum was just running around. trying to put out fires and fix problems. So,
Who knew it would be so difficult to fit three men in a live video for Instagram? The answer is very.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
More than it should be.
Yeah. Social media vertical form is not set up for us.
But I like this setup better than what we had before because I feel like now at least we can all be here.
Yeah.
I like showing them our downstairs because that was upstairs in our social media room. Now we're doing it more downstairs. You guys get to see our logo behind us, which we had done a while back. But
We did within like the first month or two from when we moved in here.
yeah,
And I think we spoke about it on one of the lives, like getting this done and then getting the door done. It was like, this is our space.
yeah, taking over space and
Yeah.
and making it ours, and it takes a little bit of time, but we're there and we're here, and it's exciting.
Yeah. And obviously, if you have any questions throughout this live, just post them. Quinn's going to be able to see them. My eyesight is not quite good enough to even see my phone.
Don't think anybody's is that
Yeah, this one's just going to be kind of casual, just, catching up with...
Only comment we have so far is the audio is kind of bad. So
Oh, that makes sense because it's blocking kind of thing.
Please hold.
Yeah, let's just chill.
We can fix this.
Yeah, I think it's how we're holding up the camera, so that makes sense. We're gonna fix that right now. Thank you for telling us. Hello, that probably should sound better.
There we go.
Let us know how that sounds.
Probably sounds less like we're in a fishbowl.
Yeah.
This person was asking if we're located in Kern County. We are not, but we are close.
We are close. I know. You know what the zip code was it because of the area code, the 661? Being growing up out here, 661. Was something that was also Bakersfield in Kern County.
Okay.
So
I'm an 805.
yeah.
Yeah. Ventura County.
Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah. Well, the first number I ever had here was an 818. Or 818, is that LA? Or whatever LA's area code is. And my wife said I should change it. So you're like, you don't want to be from there. I'm like, okay.
You don't want to be from there.
I don't know.
Next, you're going to be from Inglewood.
Yeah.
But no, happy 2024, really. We got to reflect, and I'm sure a lot of people did. And, 2023 was the launch of Rewind to the public, which was amazing. So much experience to go through that. And, yeah, it's been a lot of late nights and trying to make sure that when we send something out, it's something we're proud of. So, we're glad to, really tighten up cassette and CDs and also VHS and beta. And, you push forward and, offer new sizes in 2024. I know I wrote an email about, we're expecting new blister sizes. We're still working on it. I always say it's 8 to 12 weeks away. Not always that, but, it's as much as we can control. The hard thing is we can't put out a product that once it's out there, it has a life of its own, and we don't want to put out a product that we, wish we could pull back. So, we're expecting new blisters, new sizes, MGM UA, Clam, probably eventually Thorn. Also in 2024, we should be releasing the 12 by 12 inch approximately format, the big CDs as we call them, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
We've talked about it a bit. 8 to 12 weeks. We're close. We actually, the big thing is the mold is pretty much done. We're trying to, of course, the rewind way is to change it in the 12th hour.
Yeah.
Change some of the stuff we're doing with my new machinery and
Yeah.
get it there. So
It's already good, but it's not.
It's not.
yeah, you'll be happier with it if we take a little bit longer on it.
Yeah.
Much happier.
yeah, kids eating top ramen because of really, it's not. I'm so proud of what we put out there. Really, we all kind of glow when we look at the cassette encapsulation CDs and VHS beta. So that's where the vinyl and the Laserdisc we want it to be, and we know we'll get there. The label's looking great. We pretty much finalized that. The encapsulation, the size, and everything's great. It's stackable.
Yep.
And it's way fucking cooler than everyone else's.
Yeah.
Sorry for my language. I don't want to drop too many F-bombs. But, really, it's something that we're really proud of. And when we go through this process, we want to make sure when it's in your hands, you get that feel.
Mm-hmm. And we're carrying over the same style from all of our other items so that when you have a shelf, it all looks cohesive.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a cohesive collection of items that, make sense. We're not, jumping drastically between the layouts of things. Like when you see the product, even before you see the logo, it's a Rewind product.
Yeah. Rewind family.
Yeah, each product is polycarbonate with a blister inside, and that's not going to change with this. One thing that's important is that on the label, you'll notice very quickly, easily, there's a difference between Laserdisc and vinyl. So you don't have to go, I wonder what this is, because, hey, we're collectors too, and, we know when you're scrolling through eBay or you're looking at an auction house, you're like, hey, what am I looking at? We want that it's within a half a second, your mind already knows. So that's going to be very apparent on the label.
Yeah, similar to if it's an open box or if it's an archive, like these things are super important to what you want to collect. Really easy to see. Quick, easy. VHS and beta, very easy to see the difference straight away.
Signed,
the signature series, that one is...
I love that.
Yeah,
I love the sign. What we've done is signed, and we have some more stuff like that coming out in 2024. I know some people are big fans of promotion copies, screener copies, and we're working on making those even cooler. We already notate such, but we're working on to do some special things with those to kind of give those a little bit more love that they deserve.
Yeah, definitely. Starside asking a question.
Any previews of the 12x12 label, specifically differentiation between vinyl and Laserdisc?
Ooh, not yet.
Not yet.
If maybe next week we'll play Frisbee with both and see if you can see. It might knock someone out with that polycarbonate.
Maybe we can show the chopping boards.
Oh, yeah, we could.
You know
what? We could show you the first variation. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
It literally, we call it the chopping board because it's a solid piece.
Yep.
And we ordered it and we're like, why did we order this?
Thankfully, we ended up getting it free. So.
Yeah, because it was like $700 or $1,200. I forgot what it was. But
as a prototype, didn't work out the way we wanted, but hey, that's the journey. And like that's what's fun when we have items from every part of our process, of the initial design to the first articles, through to the final first articles, and we can see that progression of our cases just get better, our labels just get better, our blisters just get better, until we come out with what we're happy with.
Yeah, definitely top notch and top quality.
And it's in a blister.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like other things that are not in a blister. Like if it's just against the case, I don't like that.
Well, that if there's any kind of tolerance, meaning space between the item and then you could use
shift.
Well,
scuffing.
the scuffing is thank you, Corinne. The scuffing.
Yeah.
And that's something we've seen in other collectibles. And that's the thing. If your item can physically move, there's a risk of,
Well, it's the case surface against your item surface, just doing this over and over and over and over. You might not see it at first, but eventually you're going to start to see where there shouldn't have been wear, whether that's on a seal or a box. So putting it in a blister that fits it correctly, and that blister taking the abuse.
Yeah. And we've seen that, and that's the thing. Like, we don't want to just go... We're not trying to be negative about other companies, but when we remove items from other companies, we see it, see the damage that it's done by being in the competitors' holders sometimes. And it's unfortunate, and there's some great companies out there, and there's some that aren't so. But, the biggest thing is we hope that they step up their game, because...
Yeah, we want your 9.8 5-star to always be a 9.8 5-star. We don't want it to be a 9.6 4-star.
Yeah.
5 years later.
It reminds me of talking to the designers in the beginning about the item has to say the same condition, even though it might be shipped across the country, it might drop on the floor. You know, it's important that the item inside is protected, and that's very much what you'll always notice with our cases when we run them over with trucks. You know, I think one of the videos, TNT.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, eventually. If you have any ideas what we can do to our case, we are always open to.
Yeah, we're going to give it to Wile E. Coyote and let him go crazy on it.
See what Warner Brothers can do.
Yeah.
At me.
So I mean, but you gave us your item to preserve it in the condition that you sent it off in. So that's the whole goal, is to keep it in that condition.
Yeah, our blisters don't buckle, and
correct.
Yeah. And it's us. Like, I don't know. I think that's a big part of it. Is like it's super easy to contact us and work with us, and I think that is a big thing.
We did have another question from One Starry Night. Not to monopolize the conversation, but did you mention that MGM Big Box as a part of 2024 verticals? If so, that case must be huge.
The cases, the awesome thing about the big box case, we've had them for 10 months.
Since we had standard.
Yeah, we have that case actually here in stock. The problem has been the blister. Each design has to have its own, each size has to have its own blister. That has cost us a lot of money, and we are in the final stages of we were looking for a solution. We go down rabbit holes, and it literally is in phone calls every week. So the good thing is that we have the encapsulation, which is the hardest part of it.
Yeah,
it's just the blisters, and we're getting to we have the designs and such, so we're getting there. I'm hoping that by the end of Q1, which is about 10 weeks away, that if we haven't launched it yet, we have a date for you.
Yeah, that's really close.
And that's the same thing with Laserdisc and vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
Is I don't expect at this point to launch vinyl by the end of Q1, but we will have a date, like a very close date to that, to when we're dropping, and we'll give you a heads up here. We're gonna do these once a month. We decided to go away from the once a week because we were so busy that it was kind of putting us behind. So
it's taking a lot of time.
Yeah. So with that, we're gonna have an update. As soon as we have a definite date, you do, because that's the hard thing. Is I don't want to go here and go, hey, we're gonna be launching February 20th, and then February 20th comes and passes, and we're like, hey, March 20th, and then April 20th. So
there's a lot of moving parts beyond just what happens in this office to get something launched. So until we know that those parts are completed and to our standards, we don't want to give you guys a date, and then we don't want to look back being like, oh, we know we told you this date, but it's going to be this date. Well, it's going to be a little bit longer.
Yeah, and the thing is, we're very close, and no one wants it to launch more than us, but we want it to be at that quality and standard. And that's the thing. Every product we've launched, we've seen other grading companies have launched things, and then they have problems in the first month or two. If it's, blisters have been a big issue with the big companies too. Companies that are 100 times our size have had these big issues and make these changes, where when we launch, it's pretty darn good about we haven't had to go, hey, send us your stuff back, or hey, the blister's having an issue.
Yeah.
We don't like making excuses.
Yeah, we want to thoroughly vet all this before it gets in your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? And by not putting dates out that are just guesses, because right now it'd be a guess.
Yeah.
That's the truth, and we'll get there. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm really freaking excited. And with vinyl, I kind of find while there's other companies doing it, no one to me is doing it at a standard that's like, oh, we gotta rush it. So. Yeah. Nothing, not a knock on them, but I just believe the quality that we will be releasing is going to be in a league of its own. And I'm really excited to show people what vinyl can look like.
Yeah.
Because that's something is, I've seen what other companies do. I'm like, okay, I think ours is a lot better. And for Laserdisc too, because there's a lot of really cool movies, and that artwork being that big is going to be something to be celebrated.
Totally.
So we had another question from Graded VHS. Is the MGM Big Box bigger than an early Paramount extra large gatefold?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I'm like...
trying to remember.
Yeah, I would have to put a
I'd
message.
have to go to
Yeah.
the library and look.
Is there one in the library?
I don't think we have an oversized Paramount.
We'll get back to
I know the one that
it.
you're talking about. If it is, it's going to be close.
Yeah.
What's crazy is all these sizes are so close to each other. I mean, even a standard slip sleeve is different from Fox to Paramount, from CBS Fox to Paramount.
And we can engineer certain tolerances in the
Yeah.
blisters, but there's only so much you can before you have to do a new
Oh,
blister.
it's such a pain.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause sometimes these blisters cost us $10,000, $12,000, $15,000, and it's like that much of a difference. But you know, we don't want one to be saggy and moving around.
Yep.
So that's why we take such time for it, because we have to make it perfect for that size. You know, and we can't go backwards on it. So you know, that's why MGM UA, I think, is in that first wave that we're doing. I'm hoping clamshell. We are still working on the double VHS. And actually, the good thing is we do have those encapsulations. That's a different encapsulation than the oversize. Is the double? It's a cylinder almost, and it's really cool. We're gonna do some really fun things with that design.
Yeah, definitely. And the real goal is to be able to offer all sizes. Like that is what we want to do. That is the future goal. And every time we're working on a new mold, we'll let you know. Or working on a new size, we can let you know, so you can make sure to have those items ready. Or if you want to collect specific sizes just to be in a rewind case, then you understand like which ones we can go for. I think starting with the slip sleeve style was the best option, because the majority of majority of tapes are in that kind of size. So now we're just trying to...
Yeah, we're essentially working from a funnel. The largest at the top all the way down. Yeah. Working our way down that funnel to the smallest point.
Yeah, and the hard thing sometimes is like the investment into a blister like a clamshell and stuff. It takes a long time to ever recuperate that money, if ever. So like we only can do so many at a time to, make sure that we're coming to market with what you want the most next. And the thing is that, again, we've had these encapsulations for 10 months. It's crazy because, literally, the encapsulation is the thing that you have to really manufacture a huge mold, make a block of steel the size of more than us three combined.
Yeah.
And we have that hard part done. So I'm hoping, again, we'll have, by the end of Q1, if it's not a set, we'll have a set date by then, is my thing with the oversize. A few of those verticals, and also the 12-inch formats. And
oversized CDs.
The oversized CDs. And that way we could give everyone kind of direction. Because we know, some people are holding on to their stuff to grade with us. And thank you guys so much for being
appreciate that.
Yeah. And we know, hey, we know you want to have everything graded at one place. So sometimes when we don't have everything ready, we understand that it's frustrating, but it means the world to wait, and we're trying to get there as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's a delicate act. We're trying to continue to offer the services we do as affordably as possible, while balancing what new encapsulations we pursue without raising prices crazy high. So
yeah,
yep.
Yeah, no, exciting. Golden has an auction that starts next week that should feature some rewind items. This time of the year is a little bit slower for collectors, December, January, because everyone's holidays, New Year's resolutions not to spend money. But, we're working hard to make sure that as we gear up 2024, that, again, getting to these new verticals while also making sure that anything that gets submitted is, not obviously, but the stuff submitted is our number one priority first, so...
Always.
Right now we're on time still, so don't hesitate to send stuff in. Everyone that participated in the free wipe promotion, thank you. I actually
even some that didn't, we wiped a lot of stuff.
That came in during that time. Yeah, they were cleaned up.
And it did change one of them. One of the grades.
Yeah, there was one for sure. There was a couple where it was, might have made your 4.5 star look like a better 4.5 star than it was, but. And
I decided right now while we're sitting here, let's do that again. No, okay. Let's do the free wipe. I think because we don't mind doing a little extra work to make you happy. If after this, I will put the code back up. Free wipe, FREEWIPE.
Yep.
We'll post it up, and free cleaning for anyone that submits tapes the next week.
Yeah, this is not sticker removal, so you still
not sticker removal.
You still have to pay for sticker removal because that can be laborious at times. But this is fingerprints, dust. If there was residue from an old sticker, it would cover that sort of stuff.
And also for your stickers, please put in the notes what stickers you would like removed.
Yes.
Sometimes it's super easy and obvious. It's a price sticker. It's the only thing that's on there. Other times there are price stickers that have. We had an item in where the price sticker was $75.99 on a VHS, and that's the kind of sticker we don't want to remove.
Yeah. I mean, we will if you want it, but I do think, coming from other collectibles like video games, I enjoy leaving old defunct retailer stickers on games if they're not obnoxious. KB Toys,
like that Madden I brought in the other day.
Yeah, I mean that actually had, rather than just numbers and a price, it actually said John Madden on it with a price. So like some of those, I understand people might want those, but yeah, if it's partially removed stickers, poor condition, yeah, we're happy to do those. But if you have multiple stickers, let us know which ones to remove.
Yeah, no, that's really important. And again, free cleaning, we'll do that. And I'm excited to, when I used to submit, I used to pay for cleaning on every item. I used to do video games, WADA and stuff like that. And, I do recommend if there's especially when there's gunk on a tape, it will affect your grade. I mean, because no one wants gunk on their tape. So, or like adhesive from a sticker.
Yep.
And you know what? Back then, I truly didn't want to spend the time, or because you have to sit there and spend, like, some of the stickers do take 10 minutes, 20 minutes to do.
Yeah, and I will say, even as far as wiping them, there are certain wraps that we cannot use certain chemicals on. Yeah. If you do, it will turn your wrap hazy white, and to eliminate that, sometimes it's not possible, and sometimes it takes a lot. So even for the wipe, if you're not sure, it's better to just pay us $10 than to ruin the seal, than to take a 4.5-star seal down to a 3.
Yeah.
So
I hate when it has that milky look from it.
Yeah, I mean, we can mitigate that to some degree, but we've learned on our own trial and error stuff what chemicals can be used and what cannot be. We have a variety of ones that we use, so depending upon what you send us, we will use what is correct for
rewind techniques.
Correct. Yeah, we did have a question. If I want to have some tapes graded, can I just come over to your location in Santa Clarita and deliver them instead of using the mail? The answer is yes. There is a form on our website if you are dropping off or picking up that you would need to fill out. Basically, it just gives us 48 hours notice. You'll need to come with your order and with your tapes. Prefer them to be boxed up to some degree because we will take that box to our receiving and unboxing area. But yeah, you'll need an order form and you'll need to fill out the form on our website ahead of time, just to make sure we're free, to make sure we don't have a meeting going on or something else going on.
Or Rewind Wednesday.
Or Rewind Wednesday, yeah.
Knock.
And we're not going to let you in. We'll just meet you at the door or outside the door, just because obviously we've got other clients stuff in here that,
Yeah, and people do it often, so don't hesitate to do it. It'd be Monday through Friday during business hours, and just, we need a heads up, and that's the big thing. And that way you can save on shipping, and you can also pick it up, and we're happy to do that because, hey, why waste the money sometimes?
Right. Feel free to text us as well on our number.
That's a cell phone.
Yeah. Text us, call us, and just be like, hey, I've placed an order. Just let us know your order number, and we can check that the order's there, and then we can arrange a pickup time for that.
Yeah, we made it a cell phone because landlines are for dinosaurs. but also that, like, if we're in the warehouse or whatever, we bring it, and it's nice because it's you can text us. So don't hesitate to text us if you have a question. Yeah. I don't think anyone, unless it's like a holiday, a major holiday. We don't.
We're pretty much in.
Yeah. So again, unless it's the weekend or a major holiday, you call or text that number. I don't think anyone can say during those times that we've not gone back within an hour, or if not picked up right away.
Yep.
Yeah, we answered the phone. I mean, you had your lovely daily Google call ready today, Cal.
Oh my God, love that. Yeah, it's my favorite. Google calling daily, and it's not even Google. Salespeople, they're fun.
Who would win in a fight, Callum or Q? Probably Callum.
I don't fight. I'm a runner, not a fighter.
He played rugby, so I'm a little scared of that.
Rugby, football.
Yeah.
frequently lift heavy things
I
over my head.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble. So
Good job.
Well, I was thinking of
2024, new you.
I know, but I'm still gonna say it.
Okay. At least you thought about it first.
Well, I thought about The Simpsons, and me and Quinn Norris are Simpsons fans, so I think about Willie and how you didn't realize how buff he was. Like, that's probably Callum, right? Like
Giving off biter vibes.
Only consensually, it's not something I would do in a fight.
Wait. So you do bite? Let's leave
that one alone.
Okay, we're gonna get a little bit of trouble now.
No, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to fight. I don't want to be in pain. That doesn't sound like fun.
Next Rewind Wednesday, we're doing cage fights.
Well, hey, everybody's doing it now. Apparently, like all internet people are fighting each other.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, KSI is. There was a big boxing match, which is all YouTubers and entertainers. One of the guys was a doctor. Destroyed whoever. I can't remember who he went up against.
He probably knew right where to hit to cause the most pain.
In the throat.
And he was a boxer. Like when he was at university, he did boxing. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, no fights, just preaching love here. Rewind.
Yeah, no, definitely
love and kindness.
I mean, what any other updates? I'm trying to think.
Media updates, videos.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of educational videos. So you'll start to see those pop up. They'll be on our website under the gallery. We've got photos there. There'll be a separate area for just videos, but we'll walk you through. For people who don't know, who've maybe never held one of our cases, we'll walk you through our label and the information on there, where to find it. We'll walk you through what the difference between a J card and a U card is, Digipack versus a jewel case. We'll walk you through all the VHS style boxes, Disney clamshells, the UMAs, slip sleeves, gatefolds, all those. So
yeah, and that was, we thought was going to be launched by the end of this Rewind Wednesday. It might be, but it was in the testing phase and everything was good. So it's going to be pushed out later today. Check back at Rewind's website. Also on YouTube, we'll be pushing the videos there.
But yeah, watch weekly for a new video. At least one video once a week.
Yes, exactly. And they're gonna start with beginner kind of guides and then move into some more depth as we go. And it's exciting. Every week, we'll be putting out video to, at least one, and that's not talking about articles that we have planned.
Sure. So it's just all more education. So if you're unsure about anything or just want to learn more, you're curious, that'd be a great place to go. And they're small too, they'll be digestible. I mean, the videos are 1 to 3 minutes. 3 is probably going to be on the long end that not a lot of them will reach. So I'd say 1 to 2 minute videos.
Yeah, and those are more educational. We're planning to do some more, different prints of items. There was an idea to do an overall guide for last year. And at this point, I thought, most people, and not probably most people here, a lot of people here are a little bit more, have a little bit more knowledge, but, was to give people what is a first print Back to the Future and work their way through the prints. And we're working on giving out specific guides on movies. Because if you're new to the hobby, you're not thinking, I want to learn about everything about Thor and EMI, to Thor and, canon, you're thinking, I want to buy Terminator. That's all you care about. So we're going to give guides out for that to help people start in the hobby. And that way we can help grow this hobby organically. And not just with VHS and beta, but music as well. Yeah. So that's something to look forward to in the upcoming weeks. And we will always keep on pushing that envelope because knowledge is everything.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
We'll do that in post. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Close with that.
Yeah.
There's so many things I always want to joke about, but I gotta catch myself.
Yeah, stop.
Sorry.
We're also going to be doing more of an annual newsletter. The aim is to do it at least once a month for the newsletter, just on any updates that we have. It's just, we don't want to be just blasting people with unnecessary emails.
Happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, happy Thursday.
Happy 4th Friday of the month.
Yeah.
Spectrum are the worst. I'm calling them out twice a day, almost every day.
Best Buy's pretty bad too.
Best Buy, yep, that's true.
Best Buy's terrible.
They're about twice a day, every day.
Cool, I didn't know you had appliances on sale. Thanks. You don't need a new dishwasher every week.
Spectrum pisses me off because they just switch their name every time they get to a certain point. They're like, people hate us this much that we have to switch our name, and then
what were they before Spectrum? Was it Charter Communications?
There's Charter, weren't they? What were they before? They're not Comcast from before. Out here they changed. I know it. I'll remember it.
I've not been here long enough to know.
Yeah, it's frustrating because you're like, is that a different company? Is that the same company?
Those sons of bitches again.
Yeah,
they've got me.
Yeah, they definitely caught us.
Yeah.
But no, it's it's exciting with the knowledge coming out that hopefully it's funny. I think there's more people in this hobby today than ever before when it comes to VHS, especially also music, but especially VHS because a lot of people the market's fluctuated, and you know what that's something that I was afraid of from day one we launched. I was like, this market's at a very high point where it's like, I told Calum at the time, I'm like, I almost want to rather wait because, we're here for the long thing. We're here for the organic growth. And, values don't really affect us. If we grade a tape, we're pretty much just getting the same price either way. We charge the 2%, but that covers if there's problems.
Yeah.
But, it's important that if we want people here for the long haul, and that's the product, that's the quality, that's the service that, it's to serve collectors. And, speculation's fun. We all partake in it. Not all of us, but a lot of us partake in it.
Do,
yeah. And that's cool, But, we want to think about that end user. And it's best for everyone to think about that end user because if they're happy, they're going to want to go buy more, participate more in the hobby.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and the end user doesn't have to be the submitter. Sometimes some people just want to buy stuff already submitted.
Well,
and we want to service the people who want to buy stuff and sell it too.
Yeah, well, that's where it kind of gets difficult when, with grades, and sometimes people are like, hey, I thought this grade, and we're like, hey, we have to look at the end user who, any person that ends up with this grade is consistent, and, it's tough because we know people want the best grade possible because that sometimes affects the value, but, we want to be consistent, no matter what. An 8.0 is an 8.0. An 8.5 is an 8.5. And, we really do challenge ourselves all the time. We question ourselves and, we make sure that we're within a step of reason. We know a lot of people with, say, music cassettes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they go, oh, I thought this was going to be a 9.8. But they're not looking at it like we look at it. Mm-hmm. The big thing with music cassettes, the difference in a 9.0 to a 9.8, a lot of times is the J card.
Yes. Yep.
Probably most, if not all, it's the J card, and you have to look very specifically if there's creases on the J card. That they're minor, but the thing is, the item's so small that it is a big portion of the physical space.
Also, how those J cards are printed, so you've got a larger front, smaller spine, and a back. A lot of times, the front is a picture or one color, and the spine's another color. And the back is. So all those get folded. If they're off when they fold and print, and all of a sudden that yellow on the side is wrapping to the front a little bit. Well, it's not going to be an item. That's a major, not a major, but it is a defect in manufacturing. So that is taken into account with your grade. So, to your point with cassettes and CDs, it's not just is the case cracked, yes or no, and that determines your grade. There's a whole host of things.
And grading's way easier when there is a crack.
Yeah,
we always joke about that because it's like, oh, that's easy because it's like, hey, we have parameters that are easy to tell.
Yeah, your ceiling's already set. And it's just...
That's the best way is the ceiling set there. Yep. Usually a 9.0 I think is the highest with the micro crack.
Yeah, it would have to be a very small crack, typically on a back or a side that's not easily visible. Yeah, if it's
Another thing to think about grading, one thing we have to tell people is it's not is this the best copy that we've seen? Is if for like a 9, 8, 10. Is this the best copy that could ever be found? Not even if it exists. It's like, could it? And we look for, when it gets to that high ounce of, is there perfection? And that's the thing is, I remember talking to a collector before we even opened, and they were a high-end collector, and they showed me a beautiful piece in person. And I'm like, oh, I'd probably grade this a 9.6. And they're like, this is the nicest copy known. I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't change what the item... the manufacturing and everything that goes into it. But someone could find a 9.8. So a 9.6 doesn't become a 9.8. 9.6 is 9.6.
Yeah, we're not grading on a curve where the best grade is a 10 or a 9.8. Is there a world where the defects that we see on this one do not exist through manufacturing, through handling, through wear? And the answer is almost always yes. There's a world where that would have been manufactured or handled without those defects.
And that's why we've not given it a 10.
As Val mentioned, we've gone out 9.8 5 stars.
9.8 5 stars is the best grade, yeah.
And you should be proud. I mean, if you have a 9.8 5 stars, you really, have something pretty unique. I mean, we don't even give those out.
It's the same in other hobbies, too. I mean, cards are a little bit different. Cards are more easy to get a 10 in cards. They're largely two-dimensional items. But if you look at video games, it's very similar components that go into making them: cardboard, plastic.
Yeah.
It's very, very tough to get a 10 on something that is not recently manufactured and not handled.
And I'm really proud of our grading because I think that gets, a lot of people submit, they get the grade, and they take it for what it is. The hard thing is, like, when we look at the other grading companies and we're like, we I know me and Quinn collected video games prior to this. I collected comic books. So we take our knowledge from the different hobbies and we made a scale that we felt that crossed over very fluidly. Like it is. And sometimes when I see, I'm like, well, how do they get to their scale? Like ours is very much that, there is a damage. We don't make shit up, when it comes to damages.
Yeah.
So, like...
We have a sheet of rules, and the sheet of rules, and we won't go over all of them, and we can't go over all of them, but...
Why not?
The sheet of rules, it has dozens of damage types on it.
That's not
It's got dozens of damage types on it, and we have ceilings, and for all those damage types, and then if that damage exceeds a certain thing, we have other rules that help us grade it. So it's we're not guessing. It's not like when we get one thing in this week and one thing next week, there's any difference between them. We have hard and fast rules that keep everything consistent, because when you run a grading company, you have to be consistent with your grades. You have to deliver quality, which we do with our cases, and you have to be accurate with your turnaround times. If you're missing on any one or multiple of those, it's not a good way to run a company, which is not what we do here.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfectly said, and it's the consistency matters because so importantly, because the item that's graded, someone might be buying that item 20 years from now. That grade is out there, so you can't be fast and quick with just grading without coffee. We actually have rules that we. I wasn't allowed to grade after 3 p.m. at one point. I could be too tired and be like, nope, we're done. Yeah. But it's important to, that's why we always have 2 people grade every item. At least. And like if there's ever a thing on the fence, there's 3 people. Something that was beautiful that was taught. So a friend of mine told me within the last hour before this live was. They sent us a bunch of things, and one thing I said, hey, we can't comfortably pass this. We had concern, but there's no perfect, sometimes when you're authenticating, there's hints of stuff, but there's not a red flag that you can say, hey, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So sometimes we will tell the person when it's on the fence or if it's not on the fence. Very rarely is it a fence, but hey, that happens where it's like, hey, we can't pass it because tide doesn't go to the winner. To the runner. So those rare things. Well, we did find out that later on that it was from a bad source that we know of.
A bad actor.
Bad actor. Yeah. Source actor, whatever. But it made me feel good because it's kind of reassurance that again, we pride ourselves in knowing what we do. We're not guessing here. While we're on the fence, it's like. We've looked at thousands of tapes, and it's not always.
It's not always cut and dry.
Yeah.
There are signs that we see or inconsistencies, and we will never pass something that we're not all in agreement with. It's just not. It's not worth it for anybody. If we have doubts, there's reasons we have doubts.
We've passed so many great. Top stuff we'd love to see in our case if it's legit. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And, that no matter what, it's just right and wrong. It's ethics and values. So that's something with Rewind we take pride in is, that that we're doing it for the best the best reasons. You know, we're here doing this for the best reasons. You know, we all get paid $1 million a day. You know,
What?
Wait, what?
Do we?
Oh shit!
Oh.
Oh, sorry, the big guy in the sky is paying me extra. Sorry, but
I think we had a few questions.
Yeah, we do have a few questions. Meant to say, does having the original advertisement labels or stickers help with the grade on VHS? It helps determine the legitimacy if you leave price stickers, hype stickers, or like include stickers or rebate stickers. That all helps with the legitimacy of it, and especially on like CDs, hype stickers. Yeah, that is taken into account to the grade of the seal on the item.
But the items are, but having it doesn't make it higher or lower.
No, it doesn't make it happen. No.
I think that might have been it.
Yeah, I was going kind of circling.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
But as far as authenticating them, yes, leave stickers on. I mean, you're free to remove price stickers if you want. We're better at it. I'll just say that. So anybody else to do it. But it helps legitimize it. And the only way that they'll hurt your grade is if price stickers, it doesn't matter. But hype stickers, if they're like half torn off, that would affect your seal grade to some degree because they're not in great shape. We don't penalize those super hard. But I will say, if you have a hype sticker that's covered by a price sticker, we can get off the price sticker and not damage the hype sticker.
Yeah, and also to throw in there is how we treat hype stickers is that because what happens is, yes, it's cooler if it has a hype sticker, right? 100%, in my opinion, it's cooler. It's more awesome. But the problem is, not every one of those always came with a hype sticker. So we can't grade differently if it has or doesn't have.
Correct.
But how we grade the hype sticker is as if it's plastic. You know, if that was plastic going down. So if it's super dirty, it's distracting, it's going to be hit like it's plastic.
Yeah.
So stickers count, but they don't count a lot. And if they're there, if they're not there, you know, it really is in the totality of the situation of an item. And you're not... Items with the sticker can still get 5 stars. There we go. I think that... Because I think there are other grading companies that do...
It would have to be a
deal with stickers,
very small sticker, not in an obtrusive location that is in good shape to get a 5-star.
And was going to be there on retail. So Jurassic Park has the 3 Emmys awards and then the $5
those.
rebate.
Well, he was talking about the price sticker. You're talking about the retail sticker.
Retail hype
So
sticker.
you can, but you can have a price sticker and still get a 5-star, but it has to be like placed really well, super clean.
Yeah, like we're talking in an upper corner, not covering any text or important features. It's got to be like.
This sounds like an article.
Good condition, yeah. I mean, there is
Exactly, that's the point.
I think this is because there can be some confusion of what does and doesn't affect a grade to a bigger or lesser extent.
He's here is more clarification. Not referring to price stickers. I meant more like AOL sticker or a special poster inside sticker. Those aren't going to hurt your grade. Would be the answer. If it's a special, we graded some CDs the other day that had.
The iron-on.
They had included. They were a Circuit City exclusive that included an iron-on patch for a T-shirt inside. We had like 4 different artists, and they I don't want to. We'll let people see them when we post them eventually. But good bands, good iconic albums that had these, and it was a sticker that took up a quarter of the front, but because it was meant to be there, it did not. The grade did not tarnish their grades. The grade they got on their seals was due to other wear on the seals. Because that sticker was intended to be on there as part of a Circuit City exclusive.
But if that was a big price sticker or security sticker,
that would affect your sealing on your grade.
Yeah, security is something that we haven't mentioned, but the security strips and stuff can affect grade. Those are a pain to get off.
Those have a sealing on them. Yeah,
those have a sealing on them. But also, because we're talking about CDs, and when you think about it, I'm sure people have had time to go try to buy them. How many less are out there than it would assist? Like, you would think Linkin Park Hypertheory, I could go buy one any day of the week, but you go, it's all stock photos. A lot of, nearly all stock photos, and most of the time...
Probably reseals or refurbished.
Probably refurbished or resealed.
Yep.
And a lot of these companies, I've talked to these guys, and they'll be like, well... You know, it was resealed at the distributor level, and they'll try to say manufacturer. We actually had to talk to someone and be like, they were trying to make a comparison of like, you know, if it's a car dealership. Like, I'm like, well, if they repaint the car and someone took it out of the lot and owned it and gave it back to you, I don't care if you repaint it. that doesn't make it brand new, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, at that point, you're losing hype stickers that should have been on that album. That album frequently came with a tear strip for Hybrid Theory. You're not going to have your security strip across the front. It's chances are it's been handled. It's not new anymore. It's like new, but it's not new.
Yeah, exactly. Almost new, but not new.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, it's just one of those funny things. I'm guessing a few people here have gone through that experience of trying to find their favorite album, and it's a lot more difficult than I found it to be. You know.
Yeah.
So definitely share your stories about, like, to me, I just, you know, I tried to do the gamble of doing stock photos and it did not work out well.
Do you have any other questions, comments? I've seen a few things pop up. As
I got scammed with a fake, but definitely like you guys' case is best out of the other graders. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, I see the question, what hair product do you guys use? Actually, that was just my question. I just,
Nothing.
I can answer that question.
I'm just kidding. You're like, where did that question come from?
It's just my natural beauty.
Oh,
It's called Matt Clay.
Yeah, so no, it's really, you know, feel free to ask questions. We're here, you know, we're going to do this once a month, you know, it makes it kind of a little bit more special. I think we're more amped to talk more about these things, so we kind of find some more stuff to...
Yeah, I mean, we've been going almost an hour
And if
now.
people who have been here, who are here, who have sent us items, thank you very much. And if we have returned your item because we have deemed it unauthentic, you know, still feel free to send us stuff. Like, we want to be there to help you as much as we can through this whole process. And I don't want people to get discouraged from, you know, bad actors out there selling shite.
Well, that's...
Yeah, if we reject something of yours and you want to know more about why we did, we're happy to tell you why.
Yeah.
And if you're looking, you know, after we tell you, you're like, hey, I'm going to go try to find one of these again. What should I be looking out for? We'll give you some, you know, a nickel's worth of free advice about, you know, what to watch for on that.
Who to watch for, some sellers.
Yeah, some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not in a position to hold your hand to buy it, but we're certainly here to help give you as much advice as we can so you can go and get the music and movies you want.
And feel free to phone. I spoke to a client for almost an hour one day, being like talking through his order. He was new to the hobby and, you know, didn't understand why these items had been rejected. And thankfully those items were very clear why. So it was easy to chat and say, hey, just look out for these.
Well, two things to both that is, one, you know, one thing we try to do is if it's someone's first time submitting and we find something that's a reseal or something counterfeit, we make sure to refund all that money. You know, we don't keep anything from it because we want people to have a good experience in this hobby. You know, we do charge, after someone's been around for a while, we do charge a $20 fee because we do have to try to keep the lights on.
Yeah, I mean, we unpack it, we photograph it, it goes through all the steps until it gets authenticated, so...
And we spend a lot of time.
Yeah, we put it this way, we would prefer if it was authentic, but we have to charge something. But we do, for new people, we do try to...
Waive it right away.
We do waive it, and we do our best to make sure that they have a great experience so they can not let one bad actor destroy their what could be a fun time with other collectors in this hobby. The other thing is I completely forgot. So, yeah.
We did have a question. Grade any other collectibles someday? I mean, we're always looking to expand. Obviously, we touched upon it early in the beginning. Laser discs and vinyl.
We talk so much in here.
Yeah, no, it's tough because like there's so much fun stuff to do, but really it's what the client wants. You know, it's also like there's stuff that we know that like say, video games, right? Like me and Quinn know video games. And, you know, Cal loves video games as well. So much. Like, me and Quinn have extensive collections. And I don't know if there's anyone I truly trust more with video game knowledge than Quinn. But
appreciate it.
The thing is there's two good companies out there right now, or at least two companies out there. And we don't... Right now, there's no benefit for the collector for us to join in. Mm-hmm. I have... deeply thought about putting our case with some hearts on it for the seal grade. I would love that, you know, and we've thought about mocking it up. But at this time, you know, there's two companies and they're doing an okay job. I won't say more about that, but, you know, while there's thing, you know, we like to value add. Like, you know, if we do a collectible, we want to make sure, one, we're the best that can do it, and two, that it really is something that's not there just to get submissions, but something there that could enhance the overall hobby.
And we don't just stick some acrylic together. Like these items are in polycarbonate cases,
Purpose-made.
injection molded. We can't just decide, oh, okay, we're going to do a Funko Pop or whatever. You know, we want to make sure that everything that we produce is in our cases that are of the highest quality that we can make them. You know, and with the polycarbonate case.
We did have another question. Sure. What is the number one red flag when seeing a sealed VHS in your opinions? So I guess I'll go and then you guys can just add. I would say if it's a sealed VHS and you see damage on the box, that the seal is not damaged and is covering. That would, to me, mean it's a reseal. If there's color break on the box somewhere or a cut or a scratch and the plastic over it looks pristine still, that would be a red flag for me. Do you guys have any other ones?
So kind of on that line, you know, it's that is something that helps determine whether or not it was resealed. And yeah, major damage that is on the box and
not on the seal.
Plastic that's tight to that damage as well.
I think when it's sold by certain people out there, I'm just kidding, right? But there are some actors out there that I truly think that are doing some shady stuff. But I think what both of them said is very accurate. Watermarks,
seal type to some degree too.
Watermarks can be faked. So
yeah.
The important thing when looking at them is look at the watermarks, see where they're sitting, see how they pull around the corners.
Compare them to other items from that same decade. So find out roughly when that tape was released. Find other releases from the same studio and compare.
You know what? A big thing. Let me just do one more. Is looking at the stickers on the tape. Sometimes they look like they've been pulled. Or they're put in a position where it's like, if you were gonna re-put this on, you'd hide it. Say the Warner home video clams, you have the silver sticker. Mm-hmm. You'll notice that sometimes they're put very barely over that ledge, and not that it's always fake that way, but some people it's consistently that way, which raises some big red flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say utilize Golden. Go to their sold auctions, and you can look up movies and
graded by Rewind, of course. I don't trust a lot of other companies.
I was going to get there, but
okay, sorry.
You can see a lot of the stuff we've already graded in cases in nice photos, and you can compare those photos on Golden of our items that have already sold that we've authenticated with some of the stuff you're looking at.
One last thing on that, and we'll answer a few more questions. I also recommend reaching out to people that are in the hobby. If you go to Instagram, you see people that collect a lot of VHS. People I recommend that I consider friends is Greater VHS, Vancouver Junkie. They're great people. I mean, in the hobby, so use them as reference. I mean, we're very much a community company, so we know of great people that are in the hobby. I'm trying to think of some other names off the top of my head, but these are great people who will help you in a split second to help you on your journey, and use people in the hobby to help you. Now, don't use them don't bug the shit out of them, but
be respectful.
But they want to help. We want to help. We want to help you. They want to help you.
Yeah. If you have doubts of something.
You're going to buy a big tape and you're like, hey, ask someone. Because you know what? People want to help you.
And also in time, after you've bought enough stuff, you'll learn what sellers to trust and what not to. I mean, it's the same in any hobby.
Yeah.
And when you receive things in, you'll notice straight away. You'll get to the point where, we have it in here, things will come in, and straight away we know as soon as we open the box, that's not.
Even looking at some photos of stuff before they come in.
Oh, it's tough. The first thought's shit. I feel bad for the person right away.
100%.
Oh, God, because it doesn't bring us no joy,
when we see those barcodes that are pixelated and it's
yes,
reproduction.
What he's referring to is sometimes when people fake the barcodes, they printed it, and it's not as crisp.
It's like a scan or a photo.
Yeah.
So instead of being crisp black lines for your barcode, it'll be pixelated, but a printer's doing it with the red, cyan, and yellow colors, and it's trying to overlay them, and you look at it and you're like...
See it in cassettes a bit,
Yeah.
Yeah, and, that's another way to look, is to look at the print quality and say, hey, was this... very rarely do we get a fake VHS.
That's rarer than
cassette it happens a bit more, a lot of stuff in the 80s, it's not that someone recently faked it, it's that back in the 80s and early 90s, people bootleg these to sell them on the street. If I've seen it so many times where they're counterfeits, bootlegs, but they were made in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, you'll see it with stuff with Metallica. You'll see it with a lot of the hip hop stuff. So, you got to watch out for that. And a lot of times you can look at it and you just feel like something's off. And what you do is you look at the print quality and go, it'll look fuzzy. That's the best way to explain it. It looks fuzzy.
Yeah, it just doesn't look right. You're looking at it, and again, it's one of those things you might not straight away be able to say why, but you're looking and you just think, that's not right.
If it doesn't feel right, chances are it's not.
Yeah.
Also, advice, not even just is to make sure that if you buy something, you buy goods and service, of course. So you have...
this is Dan's finance tips right now.
Yeah, finance tips. But it's very important because...
But not financial advice.
No. Don't trust me. Don't go with me on that. But, it's important that you have an option to be able to return it, with your PayPal and such. Yeah. Because you do friends and family, you're literally handing cash without the item or a way of returning it.
Yeah, would you hand cash to a stranger? That's how I would phrase it.
It matters what drugs they have. No, just kidding. No, I kid. Drugs are bad. But, it's important that, you have a way of returning it. If you're going to submit something for grade, if you have a question mark on it or regardless, get it graded within 30 days.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Is our turnarounds, we had somebody send us 2 5-day turnaround items. We got them in at 10 this morning, and they were done and in a box by 11:30. So if you send in 5-day items, they literally jump to the front of the line in front of anybody and everybody else's stuff to get graded in a matter of days. This one got turned around same day, but it'll still be within a couple days.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah, that was fun to see that go in and out real quick and go back to the owner and have its life.
Yeah, it's already gone, isn't it?
Yeah, that was when we did the...
Yeah.
But any other questions? We got anything about on the backlog?
No, it sounds like Vancouver Comic Junkie and Graded VHS will be tag teaming WWF style any scammers they come across. So we look forward to that video.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch them tag team.
I'm thinking like tables and chairs, WWF.
Oh, phew. Sorry.
It's getting towards the end of this live stream and Dan's mind is wandering.
Yeah. You know why they don't let me on these live streams?
This is why it's only once a month now.
We'll also not be letting him grade after this.
Is it 3 o'clock?
Is it time
my blood sugar's low. And
right. You need a Mario Kart break.
Definitely a Mario Kart. But yeah, no, it's... I want to thank those two because they come to the top of the mind. Because there's a lot of people that think they know, but there's people that I truly trust to give you a straight answer. If they don't know, they'll tell you otherwise. They'll tell you that they don't know. So that's important because sometimes I know even in this hobby where people that are supposed to be experts don't say anything, and that's terrible. And I think protecting one another is we're a community.
We have one last question, I guess.
It's been the final question.
As fans of sealed media from Vancouver Comic Junkie, what is your most exciting tape you've ever had submitted? I'll say it was the first print signed Back to the Future. That was the most exciting one I've got to hold and see.
That was pretty dope. Mine is the screener for... Oh, no. The Beauty and the Beast tape.
The awards
promo. Well, it was a promo that was given away in an event.
Oh, yeah.
It was a pre-screener to the movie. It was 75% completed and it was handed out.
That was at Golden this summer, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was dope. That's probably been my favourite so far.
Damn, that's tough.
Well, we're talking... we've had some incredible music.
I'm thinking of my own tapes. I'm
like the Soul Intent tapes and the Biggie tape.
Well, if it comes to music, the No Chronic Inmates that I picked up, I was looking for those for a long time, or a nice heights to go with it. But VHS, I'm thinking, I felt the one I have to think of my own collection.
They just said most exciting tape, so it could be cassette tape, VHS tape, beta tape.
Oh man, that's tough.
CD tape.
Yeah, music tape. Well, it's not sealed, but there's a Nirvana that had unreleased music, and I still have to listen to it, but. It was a tape that, I think I've explained it here, that it was after the death, they were going to release a 2-album release, and one half was MTV Unplugged. The other was a live show, and they actually end up releasing the Unplugged, but not the live show. And this has the live show that they never released.
So is it like a prototype?
It's a promotional...
Okay.
Unreleased promotional, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
But not exactly sealed, but I get it. But then if not, it's the Wizard or one of those items. Or
The Thing crossover, that was cool.
Was that? Oh, the Thing. Oh, the Thing crossover was dope.
Yeah.
I love seeing that whenever you put up the GIF of it.
Yeah.
You know, and
we posted that for the live.
And if you ever need a GIF of your item, just let us know. I think we charge $10.
Yeah.
You know, we have a machine that is underutilized. That's very expensive. That takes 360-degree photos, and we can make a GIF of your item.
Stitch them together. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, feel free. You know, the thing is, if you don't want to go, if you're buying these to put them on the market, we can take photos for you here that are professional photos. What K do they go up to now? 4K, 6K.
It's now the second best camera in the world. It was the best at one point. The Canon.
We failed.
Canon 4S or something. The red camera. Canon Red.
Yeah. So
more camera than you know what to do.
Still damn good.
You know, as long as it's the same. You know, obviously we're gonna ship it to you in the same condition we take the photos of. So and they're encapsulated. So we take the photos here. You get the photos. It makes your life easier. That you don't have to set up a photo shoot in your thing. I look at convenience in life, and to me,
yeah, you can literally have that draft of that thing done. So the minute you get it in hand, list.
Exactly. And that's the thing is trying to look at ways where we can help you as a collector or, someone in the market to, make life a little easier for you.
I think that will be us. It's been an hour. We have brought in the new year with, I think, a really good show. Yeah. Any final words? Any final thoughts? Concerns?
In sign language.
AOCBs? Any other chocolate biscuits?
I got nothing.
Nothing. What is that?
AOCB is in the meetings at the very end. Any other competent business is when anybody, the floor's open. Anybody can say anything. But
what if
I was at, we call it any other chocolate biscuits. And it was always somebody's job to bring the biscuits.
Well, what if I want to do incompetent business?
No, not allowed.
It's probably not something you want to bring up in a meeting.
Well, that's your meeting. My meeting's different. But no, really, thank you all for joining. Honestly, it's a blast always just to hang out with y'all, and hopefully you all had a good, safe, happy New Year, and we really look forward to seeing Rewind grow in 2024 and seeing these hobbies grow. I mean, really, VHS has been actually, there's a lot of new people I've noticed, and
it's great.
Exciting.
It's been cool. So send in your items. We are here to help. Give us a call. Send us an email. Contact us on Instagram. And we'll see you in a month.
Sounds good.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Bye.